Welcome to the Great Basin Smoke Dispersion Briefing for Monday, February 3rd. Over the last 30 days, we've seen storms target the northern half of the Great Basin, bringing near to above normal precipitation to parts of Idaho into far northern Utah. Further south over the Great Basin, we've seen very dry conditions with most areas of southern Nevada into parts of the Arizona Strip and southwest Utah, not seeing any precipitation over the last 30 days or longer. New snowfall over the last 72 hours, you can see, has affected Idaho into northern Utah and northern Nevada as a cold front moved through the region the last couple of days. We also did see some lighter snowfall not depicted on the map over parts of western Nevada into the Sierra. The snow depth is shown on the right, mainly tied to the higher elevations. And looking at how this relates to normal, areas still across Idaho into much of Nevada are seeing near to just below normal snowpack, with the lowest snowpack still in the Sierra. And then across Utah into northern Arizona, we are seeing above normal snowpack. No real significant concerns with drought across the west, as we continue to see at least some cold fronts bringing cooler temperatures and light amounts of precipitation. The satellite image from this morning shows that strong area of low pressure with the cold front now draped across eastern and southern Utah into southern Nevada. This has brought very cold temperatures to the Great Basin, well below normal, with many areas over the northern half of the Great Basin not seeing highs past the 30s. Further south, we will see stronger winds today over the southern half of the Great Basin as that storm system continues to move through, along with some showers over the eastern half of the region. And looking at the weather pattern for later in the day on Monday, you can see how this cold front and system will continue sliding eastward across the Great Basin with those post-frontal gusty northerly winds over western areas, so we will see good dispersion region-wide today. The strongest winds will be located behind the front over much of Nevada, into southern Idaho and western Utah, where wind gusts will remain above 35 or 45 miles per hour. Mixing heights will remain high region-wide today. On Tuesday, that cold front slides further east into the central Rockies, so we will see post-frontal north to northeast winds across the Great Basin, along with some cloud cover moving back into the north ahead of another weak system. Looking at the ventilation index, you can see good dispersion where the winds are the strongest over much of Utah into southern and eastern Nevada, and much lower further north as those winds decrease. So the strongest winds on Tuesday will be located over southern Nevada, the Arizona Strip, and southern Utah, where northeast winds will gust between about 35 and 40 miles per hour. This is also where mixing heights will remain high. Further north, mixing heights will remain low across Idaho into western Wyoming. On Wednesday, we will see a ridge of high pressure building off the west coast, still with those northwest winds across much of the Great Basin. They will be decreasing, with the strongest winds on Wednesday remaining over the southern portion of the Great Basin or in the higher terrain. And you can see these transport winds in the image on the left for Wednesday, mainly tied to the higher terrain, especially in central Utah, and also over parts of eastern Nevada and up into Idaho. Mixing heights will remain low to moderate region-wide. Forecast clearing index for Utah is fairly high for today with those strong winds, and those gusty winds remain over southern Utah on Tuesday, keeping clearing indices high as well. We will see decreasing winds in the north Tuesday and statewide on Wednesday, showing a significant drop in clearing indices. Precipitation is indicated here behind this cold front and also out ahead of the next system as it moves through midweek. We'll see additional precipitation to northern areas of the Great Basin, so mainly over Utah, Idaho, Wyoming, and northeast Nevada over the next few days. As we move into Thursday, we see that ridge of high pressure strengthening off the west coast, pushing these systems further north across Idaho into Wyoming. We will see fairly good dispersion across much of the Great Basin on Thursday, again with just some breezy northwest winds. On Friday, similar conditions. We will see temperatures gradually warm through the early part of this week and increase back to well above normal from mid to late week in between systems. By Saturday, another cold front starts to drop into Idaho, and this will bring a significant drop in temperatures, along with another round of gusty winds and some snow showers located right along the front, but probably a little bit less snow than this last system. So we will see dispersion improve in northern areas on Saturday. And then on Sunday, as that cold front dives further south, we will see the significant decrease in temperatures over much of the Great Basin, along with those gusty prefrontal winds in the south and post-frontal northeast winds in the north. So good dispersion region-wide through the weekend, along with a significant decrease in temperatures again. Precipitation taking us from late Thursday through late Saturday shows, again, these storm systems mainly targeting Idaho into Wyoming and far northern Utah. The 8 to 14-day outlook, taking us from February 10th through the 16th, shows still these colder systems expected over much of the west, with most of the precipitation focused over the eastern half of the Great Basin. That concludes our webcast for today. Check back on Wednesday for the latest updates.